In the mid-20th century, the American West was used as a testing site for nuclear weapons. The impact of those tests is still being felt by thousands of people who live downwind of the test sites. Raven Payne tells us about a new effort to help more people exposed to the toxic winds before time runs out.
As the wind blows in Kingman, Arizona, Eddie Patillo is reminded of what traveled with it in the 1950s and what it has cost him.
Serious cancer.
The United States conducted close to 200 nuclear weapons tests from 1945 to 1962. Patillo grew up in Kingman, and the shadow of those tests hung over him throughout his childhood.
I was a lifeguard at Catherine Landing in Bullhead City, and there were a bunch of government people who had Geiger counters and things that came in with swimming after the test went off.
This playground at Palo Christi Elementary School, now closed, is where the late Sharon Patillo said she saw the mushroom cloud from across the hill, over 150 miles away. The kids thought the blast was exciting, but there's so much more to it than that. Those clouds carried radioactive material hundreds of miles to the neighborhoods of Patillo and thousands of others. They're part of the Downwinders, people who experienced ill health because they were exposed to the fallout from Nevada nuclear tests.
In 1990, Congress established RECA in order to allow people that lived in the area some compensation.
Currently, residents in 5 Arizona counties are covered by the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, or RECA, but parts of Mojave County, the part that includes Kingman, was left out for reasons Representative Paul Gosar says was not intentional.
But it was an administrative error, and we've tried to correct it every which way but loose.
The Downwinders Parity Act was introduced in late 2021 to fix this error and expand compensation to all of Mojave County, Arizona, and Clark County, Nevada. According to Representative Greg Stanton, this bill is about more than money.
It's about the United States government acknowledging that they did wrong to these families and saying to these families, we see you, we understand the pain that you're going through, we care about you, and we want to make sure that you receive justice.
For Kim Patillo, she just wants help for the dad she loves.
He's just in a lot of pain. I mean, we spent, was it last Sunday, in the ER for 6 hours because he had huge amount of pain.
Eddie Patillo is currently battling colon cancer. He's also survived bladder cancer, both types covered under RECA. But because Patillo lives in Kingman, he has to pay for treatment on his own. According to his family, so far, they've paid $12,000 out of their pockets.
You know, what to do when he goes away, and that's just not a conversation you'd like to have.
But Patillo isn't dwelling on his illness.
This is a Joshua.
He still finds time for projects around the house.
But I never let the disability of the illnesses slow me down much, I don't think. Except I have to use a cane now.
He's still living his life with the wind at his back. In Kingman, Raven Payne, Cronkite News.
The deadline to file for compensation is coming up this summer, so there is time pressure to pass the Downwinders Parity Act. It has bipartisan support, and if it does pass, it's highly likely that Patillo's medical condition will be covered.